Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship arrives in the North Island with round 4, Dayle Itm Goldrush Rally Coromandel. Based in the seaside town of Whitianga, the event will traverse the Coromandel Peninsula with twisty gravel roads, providing a new challenge after the fast roads of Rally Canterbury. Round 3, the Lone Star Rally of Canterbury, had seen a breakthrough win for local driver Robbie Stokes in his Skoda. Stokes had to settle for second behind reigning champion Ben Hunt on the first 2 rounds of the season, but he was fastest from the start on familiar roads. Hunt only third on the opening stages, as another local driver, Josh Marston, held second until the car stopped on stage 3. Stokes won 5 stages to Hunt's 3, holding on for a 12-second margin and taking his first Nzrc win.
I don't quite have any words now. Sorry.
Caleb McDonald took another victory in Cat 5, and Dean Buist used his local knowledge to win the Cat 4 historic class. While Bryn Jones and Tim Mackesy had another close-fought battle in Cat 2 until Mackesy lost boost and limped home to the finish behind Jones.
So at the halfway point, it's Ben Hunt with a 7-point lead over Robbie Stokes. Josh Marston back in third, and a remarkable fourth for Dean Buist in the historic escort, ahead of Jack Hawkswood, Bryn Jones, Tim Mackesy and Steve Gill. Friday night in Whitianga's Blacksmith Lane. After 6 years, competitors are excited to be back.
The roads around here are incredible. The 3 that we're using tomorrow are unreal. Never had the Skoda here, so awesome to bring that to Coromandel. They are, typical North Island road, very technical, and the roads are pretty swept in places. There's a few spots here. It looks like a 6-wheeler's just dumped a load of metal, so could be interesting in a few places. But what a beautiful place to, you get to the top of the Tapu Koro Glen and looking out over the Firth of Thames. So it's awesome. Love it.
Robbie obviously come here on the back of a maiden rally win. Does it feel any different coming here as a rally winner?
Not really. It's sort of just like a ticked off the box sort of thing, and back to work. We had a good test through the winter and drove a lease car, which didn't end well, but still got some good seat time, and had a lot of fun doing it. And it's been a long time out of the car, to be honest, but that test was quite good, and just to get my eye back in, and been doing a bit of homework on these roads as well. There's a few videos to look at and stuff like that, so that's been good. But ready to go for tomorrow.
Obviously, Robbie and Ben a little way up the road in terms of the championship, but that sort of releases the shackles for you to go hard for rally wins, right?
Yeah. I think they'll be going pretty hard regardless. So it'll be a good battle. I think anyone top 6, 7 cars could win this rally. So it'll be a good challenge. Yeah.
Obviously, Robbie and Ben are battling at the front of that championship battle. Does that allow you guys, some of the chasing pack, to have a real lick at trying to get rally wins here?
Yeah, no, it definitely does, and that's the sort of thing that happens when you get 2 guys that run out in front. It's everybody sort of down behind there will start sort of scrapping for rally wins, and that's sort of where we're heading this weekend. We just want to get a really good result.
We had a motor blow up when we were down at Wyndham. So a few late nights just getting things all sorted. So luckily we come across another whole bay engine, so we put that in, and first time up in the North Island and first time here actually. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well.
A fantastic crowd on hand in Whitianga to see off the cars at ceremonial start on Friday night. A very different format to what we've seen to the first 3 rounds of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. 3 roads being used, up north to Kennedy Bay, then back down the 309 road before 2 passes of Tapu Koro Glen and 309 again. The historic class was once again split between the 2 powerful escorts up front and the Toyota Corolla and Mitsubishi Lancer. Dean Buist has rallied every metre of every stage on the South Island, but these Coromandel roads are all new to him. But the escort is just as much at home on the high-speed stages as on twisty stages, and this road has all of that combined. Stephen Gill lives in Winton, Southland, so these roads are also unfamiliar to him. It's been a big effort to get a new engine in the car for this small team, who then discovered a damaged oil cooler when the car came off the trailer on Thursday. But that's all behind them for now, as Gill sets off in pursuit of Buist. At 22.5 kilometres, this is a long stage to start the day. He lost about a second a kilometre to Buist on the first run through and finished the stage with a clutch issue.
Oh, just at the start of the stage, the clutch just started disappearing, so we'll just have to see how we go.
Pat Norris had made a few changes to the Corolla with a lower ratio differential. His battle was not with the Escorts, but with the Mitsubishi of Mike Cameron. But if either Buist or Gill had issues, he could gain points. With 4 regular competitors in this class and other drivers just doing individual events, it is so important to finish each round. But at the stage end, the Corolla has an overheating oil issue.
It's getting hot, the oil temperature's way up over the top, so we're just trying to just feather it through, bloody thing. We've put a lower diff ratio in it, so it's working a lot harder, and of course now the bloody oil temperature's coming up. It's not one thing, something else.
It's easy to put Mike Cameron in as a tortoise to the Escort hares in this class. For many years he has had little competition and still been a class stalwart. But in 2025 the Norris Corolla has been a target for Mike. His pace has increased with a car to chase and his stage times have tumbled. Here on stage 1, just 23 seconds down on the Corolla, and that's without using pace notes, just driving to what he can see ahead. The stages ran in a loop, so no surprise that on the second pass, Buist shaved 30 seconds off his stage 1 time. Gill shaved 20 seconds off his stage 1 time, but was now 1 minute and 5 seconds behind Buist.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, they're really tight. Like, I can't believe how many corners there are. They're just, like, everywhere, you know? And, yeah, but no, I'm really enjoying them.
After a service in Whitianga, the stages would loop across the peninsula from Coromandel to Tapu, and then from Coromandel back across the 309 road. Power Stage was the first run through the Coromandel stage, and this is the twistiest stage in the Nzrc. Dean Buist hard at work through here.
Dean, how was your first run through the Tapu Coromandel?
It was a good stage, yeah, but busy. Oh, seriously busy.
As expected, the second run through the 309 was drier, and so the times tumbled again. For the first time today, Buist's stage time was under the old two-wheel drive record set by Anthony Jones in 2019. Stephen Gill also went quicker, but he would lose 20 seconds to Buist again. Still minutes clear of the next car in the class and battling that clutch issue, which would be unable to be resolved all day. Norris was in trouble though. That oil issue was slowing him and allowing Mike Cameron to close the gap to third place. The Lancer is not a high-speed rally car, but in these twisty stages the car was more competitive. So at the lunch break, Buist now leading by 3.5 minutes, but the gap between third and fourth now less than a minute. After another run through the Tapu Coromandel stage, it was just the 309 road before a short publicity stage in town. This stage sums up these roads perfectly, bordered by thick bush and streams. Just look at the lines in the gravel after the 2 previous passes. The road is hard underneath, lots of grip. Dean Buist just relishing these perfect conditions and setting a new two-wheel drive stage record of 9 minutes 17.8. Remarkably, just a tenth of a second faster than his previous pass. Stephen Gill managing his issues and would finish second to Buist, but he had a scare before the final stage, losing 7 minutes when the clutch failed totally, and that gave him an extra time penalty of 1 minute and 10 seconds. But it's all about getting across the line, so well done and another podium finish. Norris was having to back off to keep his oil temperature under control, but he managed to stay ahead of Mike Cameron to claim that final spot on the podium. And fourth place, but the satisfaction of 3 stage times faster than Norris. A good day for Mike and Helen Cameron. So a fourth consecutive win for Viewers sees him extend his points lead over Gill. Norris come home third, lucky to hold off Mike Cameron. Next up, it's the Rally Challenge, where Hayden McKenzie joins the class regulars.
In 2025, most of the timing on an Nzrc event is controlled through the Rally Safe system. Using GPS tracking and stage start and finish plots, cars are timed to 1/100th of a second. But the actual start procedure still uses a check system of paper and pen to confirm the start time, which can be corrected in Rally Safe. Once checked in, Rally Safe takes over and sends the car on its way. Caleb McDonald leads the Rally Challenge after 3 rounds and used his option to drop this round of the championship. So Josh Keeley and Gavin Feast would be hoping to score well here. Ben Huben needs points to get back into contention after a DNF at Canterbury. And Hayden McKenzie entering the Rally Challenge with his Proto Yaris, having parked the AP4 Yaris up for the season. McKenzie first to the Rally Challenge starters. This car has barely turned a wheel in anger since it arrived in New Zealand a few years ago. Proto cars have Mitsubishi Evo 10 engine and running gear, so Hayden very familiar with that after starting his Nzrc journey in Evos. It's been a frustrating year for McKenzie, and he was hoping to reignite his enthusiasm by stepping into this car.
We have absolutely no brakes. Look at the foot.
That's not good.
That's not good, eh?
Ben Huben was hoping that a return to the familiar North Island roads would bring a change of fortune. This ex-Richard Mason ProDrive Impreza certainly has the pedigree. But on the second stage of the morning, the car suffered an electrical fault and retired in the stage. Also in an Impreza, Gavin Feast had missed Canterbury, so looking to score well here. He was a little off the pace on the stage, having underestimated the tyre wear after expecting a wet stage. But that was nothing compared to the issue that Josh Keeley encountered. While the H6 Impreza had an engine misfire here at our live stage position, that was the least of his worries by stage end.
There was a cow in the middle of the road.
Oh no!
Well, I hit the cow.
Andy Martin was back in his Subaru, his decision to leave the classic Escort in the shed after a frustrating South Island campaign. These cars have active centre differentials, and choosing a diff map to suit the conditions can be tricky. In Martin's case, the car just wasn't responding as he expected, and he lost some time. But Julian Longley, the driver from Vanuatu who competes in the Nzrc, found that his older Impreza was perfect for these conditions. 4th fastest on the first run of the stage and 2nd fastest on stage 2. Kevin Laird was on used tyres in the morning stages, not realising that these roads, which had quickly dried after rain earlier, would be incredibly hard on the tyres. He did a great job getting the car through the 2 stages without losing too much time. The cars would leave the northern stages now and return to Whitianga via the 309 stage. The power stage was the first run through the Tapukora Glen stage, a chance to score bonus points for the top 5 through the stage. Hayden McKenzie, fastest through the stage in the Rally Challenge, he claims the 5 bonus points, but he was lucky as the centre diff controller had faulted in the stage.
500 metres into the first stage, the diff controllers pumps packed up, so we've got open diffs.
Julian Longley just 3 seconds back, having a strong morning, now in 2nd position.
3 left plus open. 24 left plus 4 right plus tightens to 3 right.
Andy Martin had changed the diff map at service, and the change in pace was immediate. On stage 5, 309 stage, he was 2nd fastest and closed under 6 seconds to Longley. Gavin Feast also improving in 4th and now just 14 seconds to Martin. Kevin Laird in his H6 Subaru was 5th. These cars are built in Christchurch as an entry-level car, a flat 6 3-litre engine, developing plenty of torque, but not the power of a WRX turbo engine. Check at service had revealed that Josh Keeley's accident had not damaged the safety structure of his H6, so he was continuing with a patched-up car, even though his visibility was somewhat compromised. There was also one other competitor in the Rally Challenge, Kyle Percival, the only entry in the 2-wheel drive section in a Ford Escort Mark II. This is Kyle's first Nzrc event since Rally Otago. He's just 18 years old, and it's a credit to car owner Murray, his grandfather, that he has been enthusiastic with such a valuable rally car in which to learn his skills. He was consistent in his pace all day and finished the rally in 29th place out of 41 finishes. Mackenzie completed the final loop to take the class win, but it wasn't without a challenge, with braking issues seeing him lose valuable time on stage 7. With a healthy margin, he was able to stay clear of long lane. With Mackenzie losing time on stage 7, Longley would take the class stage win, capping off what had been a very strong performance for the Vanuatu driver. That would see him awarded the MRF Drive of the Day with the Nzrc promoters. Both Andy Martin and Gavin Feast within striking distance of Longley through the day. Martin would claim third place, however. While fourth place went to Gavin Feast, he moves up to third in the Rally Challenge points. Kevin Laird finishing fifth, and when many young drivers may have thrown in the towel, Josh Keeley kept going to take the final place, those points taking him to second in the challenge points.
Yeah, not quite what I had in mind. It wasn't ideal, but after the first stage we were thinking about not carrying on, so I'm glad we did in the end and made it to the end.
So Hayden Mackenzie overcoming brake issues to take the win. A fine drive for Julian Longley in second, and a final spot on the podium for Andy Martin. Gavin Feast fourth ahead of Kevin Laird and Josh Keeley. So Keeley's perseverance rewarded, as he is now 5 points away from leader Caleb McDonald. Gavin Feast third on 66 ahead of Brian Green.
Next up, we meet up with Bryn Jones as he prepares to rally in Europe.
Welcome back to the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. This round, we meet up with Fiesta pilot Bryn Jones.
I was born and raised here in Cambridge and that. Dad brought his first car in 2009 and then actually joined in the championship in 2015. And so basically around about that sort of time I was joining along a service crew, working on all the rally cars as a mechanic and that. And yeah, that's sort of how I fell in love with the sport. I was pretty fortunate to start having conversations with Hayden, and basically that sort of developed a little bit of a friendship there, which we began to sort of lean on him a little bit with through our WinMax Junior Driver Scholarship to this day. It was around about 2014. We were doing, again, me just getting into the club stuff in a little 40 Escort Mark 1. And I felt that actually helped in a way of learning all car control and that sort of thing, of like throttle modulation and that sort of thing. And we moved into a little Suzuki Swift. The idea of learning corner speed and all the other front wheel drive stuff. We moved to the Ford Fiesta ST150. We know the pedigree of those cars, the people that have come out of it, the likes of Dylan Thompson. They've managed to make those cars work incredibly well. All of us junior boys, we always talk about the fact that he is the most luckiest bastard you could ever meet. You've seen what he's done to the cars. He's put it up banks, put it through fences, and but he still managed to get to the end of the rallies and secure good points in that, which is the reason why he's a 5-time New Zealand Rally champion. Fortunately, there's been a few stages we managed to get Dylan on.
Yeah, buddy! Woo-hoo!
But unfortunately, yeah, we've normally come off second best. So. In 2023, Jackson Clendon actually brought his Fiesta, and it just raised the bar. We were trying to be competitive in that. We sort of felt that there was no way we were going to be able to beat Jackson in that car, in the cars that we had at the time. We made a few phone calls to a few people that we knew overseas. This car came available from a lad called Rory Bell in the British Rally Championship. Struck together a deal and that, got the car into the country and in order to do the 2023 season. Unfortunately, the car wasn't available for us in the first round, so we leased a Ford Fiesta R2 off Dean Buist, which was a way of being able to get some good points in our class. So this car is a Ford Fiesta Rally 4 car. It has a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with a 5-speed sequential gearbox. Basically, it was developed by M Sport Poland for the Junior World Rally Championship in order to basically a controlled championship for all the cars the same, in a way of trying to find new young talent into the World Rally Championship. They just teach you corner speed, which helps when you go to the four-wheel drive car. You know, it's all about keeping the corner speed, keeping the momentum up, and basically learning the balance of how to drive the cars flat out. We're really fortunate to get an opportunity to go and compete in Portugal in the Peugeot Rally Cup, driving a Peugeot 208 Rally 4 car. It was such an amazing opportunity that came up. I'm really looking forward to going over there and just seeing what we can do. You know, it's obviously always a learning curve. If we didn't go over there and we didn't learn anything, there would be no point in doing it. So, yeah, look, it's just fantastic to have, and you know, it's just I can't wait to making the most of it.
Jones and Tim Mackesy, once again the two entries in the Nzrc two-wheel drive class, with the addition of Dave Strong in the open two-wheel drive class. Jones made a strong start over the first group of stages. Tyre compound choice was always going to be crucial on these roads. While the weather forecast had predicted heavy rain, the day had dawned fine and sunny. These first two stages were a mix of hard base road with little gravel, tarmac sections, and a few spots of repairs with heavy gravel. The end result was that the super soft compound tyres were overheating and the softs were better balanced.
50, 4 right hold, flip, short 4 left, 50, 5 right into short 4 left.
Mackesy was losing on average 8 seconds to Jones on each stage. The Fiesta is still new to him, and small setup changes like tyre choice and tyre pressures can make the difference in stage times. But in a class with only a few entries, every point counts and a DNF can be disastrous. Unfortunately, any comparison to Dave Strong's more powerful Honda came to nothing when his engine, which was new for this rally, lost oil pressure. He retired at the end of the stage.
Yeah, something in the engine, no oil pressure.
The Coromandel stage would be a big challenge in these Fiesta Rally 4 cars. With so much power to the front wheels, it's easy to lose time with wheel spin on a stage with so many corners, and it's physically hard work pushing the car to the limit.
Short 4 left.
We did what we could. I'm bloody sweating like hell through here, so it's tough work.
This stage would be the closest yet for the two Fiesta drivers. Mackesy was just 1/4 of a second per kilometre slower. And you can see on board there is very little difference between the two cars. On the following stage, the 309, Mackesy was faster by just 0.6 of a second. That's 0.05 seconds per kilometre difference. If you want to look at these results on an event, just head to www.chrissport.co.nz for live and archive results of all NZ Rally Sport events.
Yeah, good morning. You know, obviously we've just come out of the box fighting, basically just trying to keep that deficit to both Tim and Dean and that, and basically to be able to be leading Cat 2 was fantastic. That's sort of been the main goal, but I think it's you're having a good rally when you're up there with Dean, so yeah, that's always a good shout.
By the time the rally had reached the penultimate stage, the final run through the 309, the road is dry and well swept. Jones is finding the grip, but you can see how the road can catch your driver out. Fast and flowing, then suddenly tightens.
100. Fast half, 6 right minus. 50, 4 left. 50. Left and 3 right. 150. Late 6 right, big don't.
4 left minus into 5 right.
Nothing in it between these two. Mackesy had taken 8 seconds out of Jones on the previous stage, but not enough to take the lead.
Crest into 5 right, into 6 left minus.
This has absolutely summed up this battle all season. There's been so little in it, but Jones has just found the edge to take the win at each of the 4 rounds.
Fantastic day it was. Brilliant to keep the momentum going and get some more points on the table. So yeah, just really looking forward to Bay of Plenty now and getting another fantastic result there.
So with 2 rounds remaining, it's Jones out front by 16 points over Mackesy. Fuyuhiko Takahashi back in 3rd place. Next up, it's the Top Guns, Category 1, the Nzrc 4-wheel drive class. been 6 years since the Nzrc came to Coromandel. Back then, Ben Hunt was driving a Subaru WRX and had a narrow win over Dylan Turner in his Audi AP4.
Shorter, 6 right minus, opens 180. Keep in 5 right plus. 6 left plus, times keep in.
But Hunt loves these roads, and the WRC2 cars are better suited to the twisty stages ahead compared to the outright speed of the AP4 cars. And Ben has made a compromise and chosen to carry 2 spare tyres. Extra weight, but that will mean he has 2 brand new tyres on the front for the second pass through the stage. On this fast tarmac section to finish the stage, Hunt comes down to the line, 14:41.5.
It was actually pretty slippery. We took the chance and took 2 spares, so hopefully it pays off a little bit later. But yeah, awesome roads and beautiful views even when you're going flat out, so no, enjoyable stage.
Robbie Stokes coming off a win at round 3 at Canterbury, but his last time at Coromandel was in a front-wheel drive Ford Fiesta R2. So this will be all new for him, having to make decisions on setup based on what he saw on recce the day before. Crucially, Robbie chose to take just 1 spare, saving weight, but maybe compromised if tyre wear is high. His time? 4.8 seconds slower than Hunt.
14:41. Bloody slippery, I was not expecting that. Like the rear of the car just wanted to spin on every corner, so great fun though. Lots of gravel, but it'll sweet for the second run through in I don't know, an hour, so I guess we run that.
With Robbie and Ben now locked in the battle for the Nzrc title, Jack Stokes can afford to just concentrate on stage times without worrying about his championship position.
Watch. Short 4 right narrows.
In the South Island, the Fiesta AP4 had shown great top speed on the stages and was suited to the rallies with long, fast sections. But the WRC2 Skodas are at home on these twisty stages, and Jack has got his work cut out to keep up. He had already lost 17 seconds to Hunt at the halfway split and would finish the stage 28 seconds slower.
50, 6 right, 50. Half 6 left plus.
On board at the stage start with Jack Hawkswood and the view from his 360-degree camera. We've locked the camera to the horizon so you can see just how much camber there is on these roads. Hawkswood 11 seconds down on Hunt here at the split point. But this is the AP4 Yaris, so the speed is compromised on these stages. No doubt, Jack is looking forward to the arrival of his brand new Toyota Yaris Rally 2. Josh Marston was 3rd place in the championship going into this round after solid results in round 1 and 2. This stage had a variety of conditions, from swept hard road to tarmac to gravel. Tyre choice was going to be critical, and Josh had gambled on super softs, thinking the forecasted rain would make the conditions tricky. But with the day now clear and heating up, he found himself compromised, 5th fastest, just half a second slower than Hawkswood. Dylan Thompson returns in his older Subaru WRX Impreza. Having grown up in the North Island, he had competed here 4 times, previously in his Fiesta ST150, before a 5th place outright in a Subaru in 2019. Dylan is a gifted driver who's shown great speed in any car, and in with a chance here to mix with the more modern AP4 and Rally 2 machinery. He was 5th fastest, 1.7 seconds down on Marston. It's been a long 4 months for Kingsley Jones after retiring out of Rally Otago with just 2 stages to run. But the Papakura driver was keen to get back to the roads that he loves. He is certainly one of the most experienced on this event, and while this Skoda is one of the oldest R5 models, it's still most at home on these roads.
It was pretty messy, I'm pretty rusty. Just couldn't get any timing between the corners. So yeah, over handbrake, under handbrake, push, just about every driving condition that, or every driving thing that you can find. But no, we're right.
After a refuel at Kennedy Bay School, the cars attacked the stage again. As predicted, Hunt was running 2 brand new MRF soft tyres on the front, which should give him an advantage. Robbie Stokes choosing to use his 1 brand new tyre on the front right. At the split point here, around 11 kilometres into the stage, Hunt is 10 seconds faster than his time on special stage 1. But Stokes is also faster and is actually ahead at this point. He would go on to win the stage by the narrowest of margin, just 0.2 of a second. Josh Marston was 20 seconds slower than Stokes at the split point. The super soft tyre had proven to be not the ideal choice, and to make things worse, he spun in the stage and lost more time.
All right, minus open to here. Short 5 left, minus.
In the Battle of the Jacks, Hawkswood was slower than Stokes this time through, dropping to 4th, while Dylan Thompson retired with a broken suspension arm. After service, the crews tackled the Coromandel stage, our power stage for the day.
7 right over small crest.
Big opportunity here for both Ben Hunt and Robbie Stokes to take the bonus 5 points for winning the stage.
6 right plus 30. Yep. Shorter 6 left into sudden, keep it long 5 left. 30 plus opens 200.
But confusion for Ben here at the dedicated slow zone in the stage.
Opens 200. No, it's all the way up there. What, this flying finish? Yeah, and now you got to be 30 here. Keep in 5 right.
These zones are used to slow the cars through sensitive sections of the road. Timing is stopped when they pass the first red flying finish board. They have the time to slow to 30 kilometres an hour, which must be obeyed from this sign here.
You're doing 30. Keep in 4 right. I lost heaps here, eh? 200.
Then they can speed up after the next 30 kilometre sign, and the timing begins at the final red board. Ben has slowed too early, but because the timing is paused, he doesn't really lose a lot of time.
Sorry, bro. Stuffed up in the speed, don't it?
Power stage, how do you think you went?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a little bit pissed off because, you know, you're running in a championship like this, and when we did recce, they had no of the, what do you call it? Speed zone in recce, and then it's been done completely different than we've had every other rally. So I buttoned off probably 200 metres too early, and a bit disappointing when it's a power stage, and yeah.
Thanks to Stokes Motorsport, we now have the dual camera view with data. Look how often Robbie's at full revs here. And absolutely no confusion in this car as to how the slow zone works. End of the stage, and can Stokes take the 5 bonus points for a stage win? He was up at the split. 15.54, no, he finishes second to Hunt by just 2.4 seconds.
I reckon we dropped heaps of time. Tried my hardest, but maybe overdrove the stage a bit. Got real abrasive towards the end and just started losing the rear, so... A lot of learning with this car. You think you've got it at one rally and then you come to another rally and it's completely different. So, no, it's good fun, but yeah, probably left a lot of time in there. But that's all right.
3, 2, 1,
While Stokes and Hunt had established a healthy gap to third place, the two Jacks had their own tight battle going for third place. Jack Stokes had the upper hand by the smallest of margins going into this stage.
5 left, 30.
Stokes' time, 16:18.2. With under 10 seconds separating third and fourth going into the stage, this had the potential for a position change. In the end, Hawkswood was 3.2 seconds faster to take 3 points, but he still trailed Stokes in fourth by just 6.3 seconds.
Late 4 right minus here.
Josh Marston had a puncture on this stage, and that really put him out of podium contention for the day, as he was forced to stop and change the tyre. The cars would return to Whitianga service via the second running of the 309 road stage. There are a couple of theories about why the road is named 309, but legend has it that the mail coach from Whitianga to Coromandel would average 3 hours and 9 minutes with 2 horses and coachman Bill Top driving. Ben Hunt's time this morning was 8 minutes 52 seconds, slightly faster than Bill Top could have imagined. Hunt only has a 12-second margin over Robbie Stokes, so there is just no room for error. And considering how many corners are on this stage, it seems incredible that these cars can be separated by less than a second over 12 kilometres. The stage had dried out from the first run, even a little bit of dust still hanging. But Stokes is absolutely committed. The notes called by the co-driver are only checked on a one-pass reconnaissance on Friday. Ben Hunt uses the supplied notes with small changes, but Robbie and co-driver Shane Reynolds write their own notes on that one pass. Robbie was 0.6 seconds faster than Hunt. Amazing. A different perspective from Jack Stokes on board. And just see how he is having to use the handbrake on the tight corners to encourage the AP4 Fiesta to turn in. He was only 2.1 seconds slower than his brother and would hold third place as they headed to service in Whitianga. Jack Hawkswood, meanwhile, was just slightly slower in this stage. It wasn't by much, but it allowed Jack Stokes to open his gap to over 10 seconds. The confidence was up in the Jones Skoda. Kingsley faster than Hawkswood here, as he brushed off the cobwebs, so to speak. Josh Marston was now in conserve mode, with little chance of catching 5th place Jones. He was driving for a finish and whatever points he could salvage. So Hunt leads by 11.7 seconds to Robbie Stokes. Jack Stokes holding third to Hawkswood by a similar margin.
Robbie's shiny, he's got great speed on the second pass, so we'll have our work cut out, I think. The second pass through Tapu and the third pass through the 309. We unfortunately lost a little bit in Tapu, just a bit of a miscommunication between me and Tony in the speed restriction zone, but yeah, I think we'll master it this time.
Yeah, it was pretty hard on the tyres. I was surprised when we got out of that first one just how much wear there was on the tyres, and then I saw Ben had 2 tyres in the back of his car, so maybe that was the right play this morning, but yeah, he's got the experience here and we're learning, and I thought I had this car dialed in the South Island rounds, but obviously not, so yeah, no, we've been having really good fun just learning what's been working and how the driving style has to change halfway through a stage and things like that, so no, it's been good.
Break.
Back onto the Corriglen stage, and this time Ben Hunt has the slow zone well sorted. The final gravel stage was a repeat of the 309 road. With just a short tarmac sprint to go, this was going to be the decider. The gap between Robbie and Ben had been around 11 seconds for most of the day. A perfect run through here should secure the rally win for Ben Hunt, but all it takes is a brush with a bank, maybe a puncture, and Hunt could go from leader to loser in the blink of an eye. This is the third pass over this stage, so the notes should be perfect as driver and co-driver work as a team for that perfect stage. So let's listen to Tony Ralston call the notes on this section.
Short keep in 6 right, opens believe flat onto tarmac, narrow bridge, keep in long 4 left. Hug, 5 right minus through narrow bridge.
A perfect run required here by Robbie Stokes. So let's listen over the same section of stage to Shane Reynolds' notes to Robbie. Listen for the subtle differences.
7 right over crest, brakes 30, 4 left, 40, 7 right, and flat 7 right, through bridge over seal and right, into 4 left narrows, into 5 right, bridge and exit.
The difference, just 1/10 of a second to Robbie for the stage, but the rally win to Hunt if he can get through this tarmac stage okay. This was an opportunity for the Whitianga locals to see the action up close, and the drivers were able to put on a show. Stokes would get through the stage 1.1 seconds faster than Hunt, but it wasn't enough to steal away the rally win. The battle for the final podium spot was still in contention, with Jack Stokes 14 seconds ahead of Jack Hawkswood. While the AP4 cars did not have the pace of the Skodas, these two young drivers had matched each other throughout the day. Let's watch over the final 30 seconds of the 309.
4 right into short 4 left, into 4 right over finish, tanks 100. Nice work, mate.
In the end, it would be Jack Stokes taking third, his margin just 25 seconds over Jack Hawkswood. So Ben Hunt will extend his championship lead with the win here and 5 power stage points. Robbie Stokes second, just 10.4 seconds back. Jack Stokes joined his brother on the podium in third, ahead of Jack Hawkswood, Kingsley Jones taking fifth, and Josh Marston recovering from that puncture to finish sixth.
Yeah, it's obviously Robbie showed his speed on his second pass of most of the stages, so he made us work pretty hard for it, but awesome to have another win here. I think it's our 3rd time winning Coromandel, so pretty awesome, and thanks heaps to the team and all our sponsors that make it happen.
Yeah, no, it was a really good ding-dong battle with Ben and I, and like we have been doing all season. It's amazing that we're having the same car and the times are just that close. There was just a few of the first passes of the stages that I think his experience just got the better of us, and he gained a bit of time there. But yeah, really happy with how the day's gone and how we've progressed and learned a lot about the car as well. So yeah, bring on the next round.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun really. I didn't really know any times until I found out we were dead even going into the tarmac. So go on best shot wasn't quite enough for the overall, but still stoked to come home third in the Nzrc.
Let's have a look at the overall points. Ben Hunt now just 11 points ahead of Robbie Stokes. Josh Marston still in third, but he's lost some ground to Jack Hawkswood. Dean Bewis leading the two-wheel drives and the historic in 5th overall, with Bryn Jones leading Tim Mackesy in the Nzrc two-wheel drive class. Next month, we head to Tauranga for the Battery Town Rally Bay of Plenty, an interesting mix of gravel roads and stages in the pine forests. We'll be live again on the nzrc.tv, your home for the highlights and live coverage. Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship.